Seoul is a hidden paradise for analog film photographers. You can even find places to develop your film for under $5 if you look hard enough. Today, I will guide you, film photographers, where to develop films, where to buy pristine gear at a bargain, and anything related to film in South Korea. Now, why would you want to develop your film in Seoul? Well, if you're a film photographer, you may be aware that X-rays harm your undeveloped films at the airports. That's one thing you want to avoid. Therefore, I want to recommend these places to you. The first one is Filmlog, which is one of the most popular film development labs in Seoul. Filmlog has been around since as long as I can remember. They're very well known with the photography community here. They have a wonderful website. You can buy different films on their website. You can go to the store in person, and they're also a lomography partner. So they have a wide variety of selections to choose from. Not only that, but they also have various film vending machines across the city, including some in Jeju. For me, they are the top choice, especially since they usually have my film developed within 1 or 3 days. Now, where can you find Filmlog? They're located near Dongmyo Design Plaza. I'm going to include the address in the description, but it's no more than probably a 3 to 4 minute walk from Dongmyo Station. You can't miss them. Plus, they have that very awesome film vending machine just outside. I've been using them for years, and the best part is that they upload your developed scans onto the website, so you can just download at your convenience whether you're back home. This is great, especially if you're traveling, because it means less things to carry. And after so many years, my photos are still on their server. Now, Filmlog does have some competitors. Chungmuro in Seoul is probably photographer's heaven. This is where most people go to get their prints done, whether it be photographs or flyers, business cards. Chungmuro has it all. There are two places that photography OGs tend to go to. Which one you go to is really up to you. They're both good. The first one is Fotomaru. That's photo with an F. The second one is Photopia. Now, you can probably get your film scans developed for probably around $7 if I had to guess. They also develop quite quickly, probably around 2 or 3 days. And much like Filmlog, they have their own website where they can upload your scans and you can download at your convenience. Now, I usually went to Filmlog because it was closer to my home. However, if you want to explore the various camera and print shops, then probably Fotomaru and Photopia are a better choice for you. Next, I want to recommend Skopi Digital Photo in Hongdae. I've only used them once. However, it probably cost around less than $5 at the time. Now, the reason I bring this one up is not only the price, but because the majority of people watching this video will probably be staying around Hongdae or visiting Hongdae at some point, since it is one of the tourist destinations of Seoul. So it's called Skopi Digital Photo, Skopi. Now, you're bound to find many different photo labs around Seoul. In fact, I've even gone into mom and pop shops and they've developed my film for me. So there's no shortage of them. Analog photography is hot in Korea these days. It's very trendy, especially among Gen Z. Now, you may be wondering, that's cool that I can buy all this film. In fact, it's amazing. But where can I get my fix on photography gear? That is, you're probably looking to buy analog cameras, the pristine kind, the type that still works. And there's various places for you to do that. For one, you can probably find some at Filmlog. And if you're in Chungmuro, one walk down the streets, you're bound to see some that catch your eye. However, the place that I like to recommend most people to go to is Namdaemun Camera Market. Now, Namdaemun Camera Market is located near Namdaemun Station, exit 5. As soon as you get out of the station, turn right and walk straight all the way until you get to the main street. Once at the main street, you're already there. To your left and to your right will be all the camera shops. You can't miss them. They're all by the windows. However, there is one place that I've been going to for years. It's called Yes Dika. Now, the camera sellers in this area, they all have like a little network amongst each other. So chances are, if one of them doesn't have a camera or lens, they'll probably call one of the other ones and ask if they have it. And within a few minutes, they will deliver it to the shop. Now they do prefer cash, so if you're in for a camera, be sure to bring cold hard cash. Now there is one spot that most people miss. It is still located in Namdaemun. However, it's located underground. I say most people miss this. It's closer to Chungmuro Gate. So remember when I gave you directions to Namdaemun Camera Market, you got exit 5, you turn right, you go all the way to the main street. Now, when you arrive to the main street, turn left in the direction of Shiestiga, and you're gonna keep going left until you can see Chungmuro Gates across the street. Now, to your left are going to be some doors. They lead to an underground shopping center. And, of course, it is mostly all camera gear. Now, the people here know what they're selling. So, while you can bargain, keep it at an acceptable level. Another great place you can visit is Yongsan iPark Mall. Now, in Yongsan, they have an electronics area. It's located on the first floor. They sell all kinds of cameras. While most of them are digital, many of the camera sellers also have analog cameras. So feel free to browse at your heart's content. The price is a bit higher in this area, I found, since it is a mall. However, the conditions are always pristine. The next place I would like to recommend to you is Dongmyo Flea Market. Now, Dongmyo Flea Market is located near Dongmyo Station. It is, as the name implies, a flea market. There's going to be a lot of old and vintage things. Most of the people here don't know what they're selling. However, there are a few camera vendors, and I found some real rare gems around here. However, if you have the time to explore not just the camera vendors, occasionally you're gonna find older person selling rundown, beat up equipment that you can easily clean up and use just like new. I found some great lenses here for only 10,000 won. Of course, they wanted to charge me more, but I argued that it was dirty and covered in dirt, knowing full well that I know how to clean vintage camera lenses and restore them. Not to mention, it's also a great place to photograph. So if you're into street photography, Dongmyo Flea Market is the place to be. Finally, I'm going to recommend one of the places that is most often overlooked. In Korea, we have something called the Carrot app. Carrot with a K. It is basically the Korean's version of Craigslist. You can find anything from vintage cameras, camera gear, and even film. So if you've got a Korean friend, be sure to ask them for some help, as it is not in English.